Oh, hey, there I am. Okay. And welcome to the Infernal Brotherhood of the Scruffy Looking Nerf Herders. This is a live streaming video podcast by Star Wars fans for Star Wars fans. And today we're going to be continuing our episodic review of Star Wars Ahsoka, part, what are we on? 6? Far, far away.
Yeah. What were your initial thoughts of this?
Oh my God, we finally got a good episode. I mean, it's still, the logic is a little loose, but you know what? It was actually enjoyable, so not going to bitch too much.
Yeah, I feel the same way. My initial thoughts were like, is this the same show that I've been watching? Like, why
Right.
has everything else been like a half an entire season just to set up this? Because like I'm enjoying this, but I don't want to wait a half a season to get to this.
No, it's pointless. Like, there was no fucking reason for it. Like, this very easily could have been episode 3 or episode 4.
I was gonna say 2. Like this is easily be 2. She gets the map.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
I can understand a little bit of build up, but at least like mid-season, so episode 4. But yeah,
but all is to say, I mean, it's not bad.
Like, no,
I dig it.
Not bad. Not bad.
Especially when you show me the Night Sisters.
Oh my God, dude,
and the voice,
honestly, it was perfect. Well, and fucking Thrawn. Like we all, of course, know that it's the voice actor of Thrawn.
Yeah.
But just, I don't know, man, something about hearing that voice again, which is funny because I actually had to look it up. This doesn't matter. This doesn't pertain to the show, but whatever. I'm a fucking say anyways, because God damn it, it's our show. I was like, fuck, man, that's like spot on with the books, man. He's still killing it. And then I'm like, wait. I don't think that was the same guy. I look it up and it's like, no, that was Mark Thompson or whatever the fuck his name is. And it's like, God damn, he sounds the same.
Yeah, he's got a body for radio.
Yes.
Like the whole time I'm trying to rationalize everything I've been told about Thrawn, sorry, not the author. And then everything that I've seen of him like training and kicking ass and everything in the animated show, and then I see this dude. I was just like, a lot of Netflix and chill, right? Like, what the fuck are you doing, man?
Well, I mean, shit, he's been stuck in distant galaxy for what, 5 years now.
And I don't want to body shame anyone. Like, I don't give a fuck. But it's just like you're supposed to portray this kick-ass warrior general ostensibly, and you're like a tub of donuts, like for real.
Yeah. I mean, exile has been hard on him. It wasn't as it didn't go as well as his first exile. Like his first exile went great. This one, not so much.
That's true. Yeah, all right. So let's get into it. This is written by Dave Filoni, of course, directed by Jennifer Gatzinger, and it was released this past September 19. I mean, let's talk about this. We start with hyperspace. We are in the middle of hyperspace. It looks different. My justification is between galaxies, who gives a fuck? What's yours?
I mean, Purgils obviously travel faster than hyperspace travel typically.
But the color variations were still with the other group.
Yeah, no, well, okay.
That's what I was talking about.
Yeah, I mean, again, I will allow it with the fact that obviously they're going faster.
So it's the speed, okay.
That's just kind of how I'm justifying the stupidity of it. I still fucking hate the trail. I think that's dumb as hell. Like, that just does not make sense at all. If they are going slow enough that there is a clear, visible trail behind them, they're going too fucking slow to be in hyperspace.
Yeah.
That aside, I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah, like the color variations, because normally it's just blue.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big Contact fan. Like, I love that film. And I love the idea of like going through wormholes and you're passing through space, the fabric of space and time. You're folding through it. So why wouldn't this be very similar? You're going from galaxy to galaxy. That's an insane amount of distance. You would be passing through gas clouds and other solar systems and, whatever other crazy things that are in open void of space. Yeah. I'm okay with color. It doesn't need to be blue for me. I don't know. It was a thing. I figure I should bring it up. Let's talk about Hu Yang and Ahsoka storytelling.
That was goofy as fuck, but great.
I really liked it.
I liked it too. I mean, it was a fucking fanboy moment, and that's really all it was. Like when it's like, hey, he said the line. I was just like everybody else and super excited that he said it.
But there's a little dusting before that.
Mhm.
When she was like, "Oh, you're going to tell me the history of the galaxy, part 1, 2, and 3. I prefer part 1." Those are prequels.
Mhm. Yeah, I thought that was pretty funny.
I dig it because that's the part she's in.
Mhm.
Like that's the whole thing. I mean, right now we're definitely in the post OG, but still, or OT, original trilogy.
Whatever. I mean,
Yeah,
same fucking
the OG OT. Like I don't know. I dug it. I thought it was cool. And even if they were drop it, because the first watch, I watched it 2 times. The first watch was very much, oh, they're giving us a little bit of like Dawn of the Jedi stuff. Like he's going to tell us how the galaxy formed and how the Jedi formed and stuff. And she was like, no, don't tell me. I've already heard that a million times. And I'm sitting here like, I haven't?
Right?
Fucking tell
None of us have.
me.
That's all we want. Fuck.
But it did feel like they were doing a tiny bit of world building with this episode in a couple different places. But this is the first one. And do you think that there's some sort of synergy with, because we were told that like Mangold was going to be doing a Dawn of the Jedi film, and we know all of their film plans have fallen to shit.
Yeah.
But let's assume that this one does actually happen. Do you think they were telling us about Mangold's story, or do you think it was just a throwaway line for prequel fans?
No, it was straight up just a throwaway line.
Oh, okay.
Like I'm sorry, but I feel like there's no forethought in any of this. There's no fucking planning at
so
all.
sad.
Like at all whatsoever. And it's funny. I was actually having the discussion today about Hu Yang and that whole thing. So I want to know your take on it.
Yeah.
I heard, I heard from somebody that heard from somebody
Source.
that they're theorizing that Hu Yang is actually the one telling the story, like of Star Wars.
Oh,
I
right.
called bullshit because it's like,
Right.
no, that's what the wills are. Like that's what they are.
That is the old
That's
school version of it.
Literally, well, and that's canon.
Well,
Like it's still technically canon, because of, fuck. It depends on how you consider Disney canon, because I don't even think they fucking know
they
anymore.
don't care.
But
Never
like
cared.
with the whole from a certain point of view story,
Those are specifically not canon.
well, I understand that, but I mean, it's still like it's talking about the fucking wills and how they're the one. Like they kept Uncle George's idea of the wills basically the same. So I was just curious your thoughts on that.
No, I think it was definitely a fan service line.
Yeah,
I think
same.
if you're going to try to pull the whole droids retelling the story of this saga or whatever, that was C-3PO and R2-D2. Like
Yeah,
that was
100%.
the whole setup from Lucas. I mean, they were experiencing it all through their eyes. But yeah, as far as this goes, I think there was a couple different things. One, I think it was just Filoni being like, "Hey, what if?" But also like, "Hey, this is cool because it's like breaking the fourth wall." And then it was like, "Oh, hey, but let's say that he's telling the story of what you're about to experience, on a sort of macro scale." So I think there's a lot of different ways to interpret it. And in either case, it could literally just be him retelling one of the stories in the Jedi library to Ahsoka in the moment that has nothing to do with anything. And we're just geeking out because we're geeks.
Yeah, I'm of the latter opinion. I think that's what it is.
I mean, who cares? Hey, Chris, how you doing? Thanks for joining me live, man. So the Purgle travel experience, I was okay with. I didn't mind it at all. I didn't think I would mind it, but you never know. I mean, things strike people weird sometimes, and
Yeah.
it was fine. I tell you, in a series called Ahsoka, having Ahsoka only in a tenth of it, I was okay with.
I agree, man. She, like, the thing is, Rosario Dawson's an amazing actor. I fucking love that woman. Like, she's great. Not in this. It's just been
There's just not a lot of acting in this.
deadpan the whole goddamn time.
Yeah.
She's got like 2 emotions, and that's it.
It's rough because I was certain as soon as we got white Ahsoka rather than gray Ahsoka, which again, I don't agree with the transference, but still, whatever. That's where we are.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna rip something off, rip off the fucking master.
Well, I just thought we would get like, a happy Ahsoka.
Yeah,
and
or
it's really
something
still a begrudging, like, I don't want to hear that story, Hu Yang, Ahsoka. It's like, why the fuck are you being like that? you don't know where you're going. You don't know how long it's going to take. You have literally nothing but time.
Yeah.
Let the droid do his job.
Right? Just take a nap while you're listening to
Yeah.
him then, if it's that fucking boring.
Fucking spoiled ass Jedi.
Right.
They are fucking everywhere.
Yeah.
All right, so then, of course, we cut to, in my personal humble opinion, the greatest part of this entire series.
Yeah.
We see them flying in, and we're told that it's this is the graveyard of the space whales, the Purrgil. And I was just like, oh, badass.
Dude, I was like, fucking, oh my God, that's so cool. Oh my God, we're seeing a different galaxy. Oh, that's cool that it's got rings. Oh, this is a graveyard. And then it goes into, I'm like, this is the most metal fucking thing I've ever seen in my entire goddamn life. Like, I must live there.
It's
I mean,
very
of course,
metal.
it's sad that the Purrgils are dead. I don't like animals dying, but
They
that's
go there to
fucking
die.
metal as shit.
It's life. It's a circle of life.
Yeah. Which
No.
the whole time I was thinking, like, once I realized that's where they go to die. Well, once they said that, it's like, oh man, I wonder if the one that fucking Ahsoka's traveling in is going there to die. What a bitch.
Oh, what if it's a whole group of them?
Yeah, they're fucking going there to kill themselves because she's like, hey, I need to ride in the whatever.
It's Koresh's fucking
Might as well just die
compound.
anyways. Goddamn Jedi and their fucking arrogance.
That's funny. Yeah, I was stoked. And then as soon as we got the Dathomir, it was very Lord of the Rings, by the way.
Dude, it was fucking Minas Tirith.
Yeah.
Like,
Minas Tirith.
period.
Yeah.
They're Minas Tirith. Yeah.
Very fucking Lord of the Rings.
Like, that was
Everything about it.
First note I took. Yeah.
The
Like-
statues and everything. It was cool because I was like, I don't know what it is about big, tall, massive structure like statues, but I really dig them. I wish we had more of them. And
Yeah,
my
I
wife
agree.
was like, what about the ones in Fiji where we thought it was just the head and then they dug down, they realized there was a huge statue body. I was just like, that's why I love you. 'Cause you feed my
fucking
need.
nerd.
I needed a statue. You gave me a statue. Thank you very much.
Hell yeah.
But like, I don't know. Are you the same way? Like, you
Yeah.
show me like statues of ancient lost cultures, and I'm fucking there, man.
Yeah, man. That is just like the biggest fantasy of mine is stumbling across some shit like that. Like,
weird.
I fucking love it. I mean, it's one of the keystones of fantasy and why it's so fucking awesome.
Yeah. So Chris is saying it's Filoni's fault that Rosario's deadpanning it.
I believe it. I mean, well, he's writing it. He's not directing it. But I don't know. That's when it kind of comes to the whole, with episodic shit, directors are kind of just babysitters, like the showrunner, aka the writer, aka fucking Dave Filoni. Like, they're the ones that actually kind of push everything along. So it's like, I mean, yeah, fuck it. Let's just blame him. It's his fault.
We gotta blame someone. I blame him.
Yeah, it's not her.
Screaming statue too is pretty sweet. Yeah. So they fly in past the statues. We get to Minas Tirith, and I'm just like, oh, please tell me someone's gonna be eating like a cherry tomato.
Oh my God! Right,
Just
dude. I probably would have woke my wife up because I watched it probably like 12:30 at night. I probably would have laughed so fucking hard that I woke her up and got punched in the face. Like, it would have been worth it.
Totally fucking worth
And then you just have like a Hobbit version of the fucking Night Sister singing while he's eating the tomato.
Oh my gosh.
Great.
Yeah, no, as soon as we saw the Night Sisters, I was immediately like on the edge of the couch. I was screaming, yes, yes. And then they started talking and we got the multi voices.
My God. It was just so fucking perfect. Like, that is what we wanted from any sort of rendition of Clone Wars style shit in live action. Seeing the clones live action, cool, whatever. That was all right. I'm probably biased because I fucking hang out with clones, but seeing the Night Sisters live action, I fucking lost it, man. That was so goddamn awesome.
Yeah, and it didn't feel confined to me like last episode.
No, not at all.
Very open. It felt like Prometheus or like some sort of alien prequel. Or
That's
something.
funny because that was the other note that I took was this had a very Prometheus feel, except I wasn't falling asleep.
You fell asleep then?
Dude, that was so fucking boring.
I loved that film.
It was beautiful. Like, I
wanted
to love it so much because, like, I love that shit.
Yeah.
Like, that whole franchise is the first 3 movies are fantastic.
The first 3? I would say 2, but all right.
I mean, I like the third one. The fourth one, I'll watch it. But
it was the first 3 and then the prequel 2 so far that I'm down with. Everything else is just like meh to me.
Yeah,
but this is a Star Wars show. Let's talk about Star Wars.
Yeah, Star Wars. Yes, Star Wars. It's just so goddamn good. Like, it's so much about it. I mean, and it's all shit that we knew we were gonna see. Like, obviously, well, okay. I
didn't think we were gonna see Thrawn.
Really, I knew
really
I was
didn't
gonna see Thrawn this time.
I thought he was gonna be like the final episode, the final 10 minutes, or maybe 5 minutes, just to like be like, what? And that's it.
No, I kind of figured that we would get Thrawn in this episode, and I saw some shit somewhere that they had already announced that he was in this one, so I wasn't surprised. But other than his entrance, well, his fucking cronies call during the entrance, like seeing him come through was pretty dope.
Yeah, I feel like I want to lick my palm and then smack Chris across the face for saying he wanted something different about this new galaxy.
Yeah, man.
Science. It applies to everything.
Yeah, I mean, that's just kind of the case. Because you got to figure, man, they're carbon-based creatures. They need certain things to live. So, I mean, of course, they're going to be on a planet that's similar to ours because that's the only thing that's habitable to them. Yeah. Now, I mean, if they were silicone-based, that'd be a different thing. But we'd also be watching a very different show.
Yeah. So what did you think about the entrance of Thrawn?
If I would have had it muted, I would have been full mast. But you
don't like the music?
Thrawn! No, the music was fucking amazing.
Okay.
Like, that's the thing. Everything about this episode was fantastic, minus his fucking cult.
Oh, okay.
I hated that. I thought that was so fucking stupid. Like, just stand there, shut the fuck up, salute the motherfucker as he's walking by, and let us just drool all over ourselves.
Yeah. I want to perhaps present you with a possible wet dream.
Okay, let's do this.
What if, because they're loading coffins from a Night Sister's basement into fucking a Star Destroyer to go back to the old galaxy.
I can't do it, man.
Is this Death Troopers?
I can't. I cannot. I refuse to believe we're gonna get something that fucking cool.
Would that
like I feel
amazing?
like I feel like I have more chance of wishing my mother back to existence.
Whoa!
Than getting Death Troopers.
Whoa!
Now, if I'm wrong, I will eat my fucking hat and enjoy every goddamn bite of it. And I'm pretty sure it'll be you and me in the theater just fucking going to town on each other. You guys can't see, but hands are being used. Because that'd just be amazing.
It's a perfect setup.
It fucking is. It really is. And you know what? The thing is with Death Troopers, it's one of my favorite novels in the Star Wars universe. Like that and Red Harvest are fucking phenomenal. But I'm also a horror freak, so that's why. Yeah. I'm not that like that's not really a sacred property to me. So they could just take the concept of it and do something completely different, like fucking Night Sisters, and I would just eat up every goddamn second of it.
It'd be goddamn amazing.
It would be.
I would lose my goddamn mind if they did the fucking just a take on it. Because if we look at the sort of grand scheme of things, we know Thrawn knows that Ahsoka's coming. We know Sabine thinks Ahsoka's dead, but she has to get the fuck off planet with Ezra. And so the only path they have is to get on the ship, the Chimera. And if Ahsoka comes in town and she sees the Chimera, she knows you can't guarantee there's going to be like a whale migration back to the other galaxy.
Right.
So this is your one ticket, and especially if you see Ahsoka or Sabine or Ezra, you know it's your one ticket. If we get everyone on the same Chimera ship and they throw down even if it's a planned thing, like they see that the fucking Jedi have invaded their Star Destroyer, so they lock down portions and they unleash the Night Sister fucking dead people. That would be badass.
God. You can't tease me like that, because that'll never fucking happen. But God damn it, I hope so. Can we take a step back and just talk about we got the fucking Chimera Oh my God.
Yeah.
I was so goddamn stoked.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's, whatever. It's a fucking Star Destroyer. Every Star Destroyer looks the same, but oh my God, it was a fucking Chimera. And
well,
it's
like
great.
busted and like painted.
Yeah.
And
Like the fucking hyperdrive motors are fucking blown out, like just non-existent. There's shit missing. Oh my God. God, I cannot talk about how much I love this fucking episode.
Yeah, I thought it was great. I love seeing the devastation of the forced hyper jump. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, we have to deal with the fact that all the troopers are experiencing the exact same sort of torture / survival, like duct tape and spit polish and bubble gum to hold their shit together. And then, of course, Thrawn is pristine. Everyone else is Band-Aids, fucking like putting their masks together and stuff. And he is just like pressed and ready to go.
Which, okay, so one thing guy I know was talking about it earlier. So how is it that the Death Star 2 can explode and then land in atmosphere? So, burning up and all that shit, and then crash down in the middle of an ocean. And those buckets are still fucking pristine. Like those TK lids looked great when Rey was going through the fucking Star Destroyer. But these motherfuckers go on a trip to a different fucking planet and their shit's falling apart. Like, what the fuck are you guys doing? So
different galaxy, man.
Still
totally different. First of all,
like,
just traveling intersolar systems is a huge fucking deal. But this is like this is galaxies.
Yeah, but did they like fucking walk or something? How do they mess their armor up that bad?
Maybe they tripped. Maybe there's a gravity well, and they were just like,
all right,
fuck.
You know what? I've tripped in armor before, and it does break that easily, so I'll take that back.
Maybe they were like the plasti troop. Like
it might be.
Like,
you know what? It might have been the tail end. And they just, well, I mean, it's Thrawn's people, so they're probably just like, fuck this guy, let's give him the shit armor. But yeah, I mean, I thought it looked cool. I really did. I dug it, especially like the kintsugi looking shit where they've got like the gold threads in and stuff. Like I thought that was dope. But, and I will die on this hill. Fuck Enoch. That shit is so goddamn stupid.
There's a couple things. Let's talk about him for a second, because first of all, I want to preface this by my only exposure to an Enoch is the badass apocryphal biblical tales about the fall of Lucifer and the other angels to Earth. They're they like fuck all the humans and they create the Nephilim and they teach society how to exist and stuff. That Enoch, I'm down with.
Yeah,
this Enoch,
100%.
I don't know what he was supposed to be. I don't understand. He's a general with like a face.
Yeah, I don't get it. Like, especially, like, I mean, I hope they explain it. I mean, I'm still not gonna like it. I think it looks fucking stupid as hell. And of course, I have zero faith in the writers and shit. But like, you are on a distant, not just a distant planet. I keep saying that you are in a different fucking galaxy, on a completely alien world. And you guys are basically just scraping by to not die so you can get home. Presumably. Of course, there's 5 years gap that we don't know about. You don't have anything better to do with shit than to sculpt and put a face on top of your helmet? Like, that's... Come on. I feel like there's better things you could do.
There are going to be other officers who, while this dude is, like, sculpting the face, they're going to be like, dude, don't do that. What are you doing?
I would hope so,
What the fuck are you doing? That looks stupid as fuck. We are not going to take you seriously. We're not going to listen to you. If you don't put it on. Don't fuck it. I've told you not to. All right, guys, let's turn around. Ignore him.
Yeah, and that's why he put like the cheeks on. He's like, oh no, see, this makes it way cooler because I got little flaps right here.
Does this look better?
Yeah, that's what tied it all together.
He'll just fucking stop. Who knows what he'll do next? He'll do his fucking chest plate next, and there'll just be nipples everywhere.
You know what?
He's a Batman.
I'll accept it. And then he's gonna take his fucking lid off, and it's gonna be George Clooney, and then we're all just gonna eat our fucking shoes because that's the funniest thing ever.
Yeah, I didn't see that as an option, Chris. Enoch being Ezra, like, at all. The whole time I was just like, they're trying to do like a Phasma, but this sucks.
Yeah,
this is the worst Phasma. There'll never be a novel that makes like Enoch cool.
No, there's no way in hell. Like, you could replace Phasma with Enoch in that novel, and it's not even going to be the same.
No. Well, here's the thing, because I have been hearing chatter. People seem to like it. They're like, "Oh, he looks cool." I'm just like,
"Oh, they're
what?
fucking idiots." No, they're I'm sorry. You're allowed to like what you want and all that shit, whatever. But no, if you like that, you're wrong.
And that's the thing. Your allowance of liking it does not preclude you from being wrong. So
that is true. No, there's a lot of
Suck
shit that I love that I should not, and I can admit that I like bad things.
That's very true.
But that's
how I feel too. There's much too much that I like that is just like, really? You're a man?
Yes. When it happens.
Or yes?
I think so. Last time I looked, it's probably still down there.
So I did have an initial sort of system shock with Thrawn, but he did grow on me quickly.
Oh yeah,
quickly I got over it.
Dude, as soon as he started talking, man, I just immediately lost the he's kind of got my body shape. That's embarrassing for him. And then as soon as he started talking, and it's just that beautiful fucking Chiss voice, I was like, oh god, yes. I'll eat that up. Give me that for an entire fucking season. Just him talking over what we've had before.
Yeah.
And I would eat it up.
His eyes initially also were like a struggle for me. And then for some reason, 2 scenes later, I was just like, yep, normal. Okay, I'm good.
See, I'm still, and this is just my own fucking personal bias, but I still have the issue with distinct sclera, iris, and pupils. Because OG Thrawn, like OG Chiss, nothing. It's just red.
Yeah.
And it's like, I feel like that wouldn't be that hard to accomplish, nor would it detract from the character. But
100%.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got over that pretty fast, too.
Yeah, it was definitely weird. But again, props to the actor. Great job. Like, of course, he's been doing the voice for a long time, so I'm sold already. But just like seeing him and everything, and then the lines that were dropped and stuff, he's like, "You're not the first Jedi to turn away from the Order." Like, fuck yeah, you knew Anakin. And I love the fact we need to find who this Ahsoka is and who her master is. I'm like, you know, motherfucker. You don't know, but you know.
No, I don't know. I'm pretty fucking sure he knows.
Definitely knows.
He
Anakin.
has to know. It's fucking Grand Admiral Thrawn.
But I don't think he was ever exposed to Anakin Ahsoka. Like, ever. He had an early Anakin experience where he was alone, and then he had a late Anakin experience where he was with Padme. Like, they were both hunting Padme or trying to rescue her. And that was kind of it. And so I'm not sure he ever even knew of Ahsoka. Which is why I love how he's like, Sabine, that's a name I've heard before. But Ahsoka, he's like, who is this crafty bitch?
Right. Yeah, because I guess at this point, he would only know her as Fulcrum.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
so,
100%.
Cool.
All right. So I'm down for that meeting and all the only great thing about Thrawn is his brain. Like the way he analyzes, articulates, works out problems, and poses, questions and stuff. Like, he is the greatest at that. He's the Sherlock Holmes of Star Wars.
Yeah.
And so definitely. I love watching him work, and I can't wait to watch him work now that we know we're going to watch him work. But I think for me, I don't know about for you, but the strength of this episode, with all the fucking candy we've been thrown at and just Halloween candy in our face, filled with drugs, and we're like feeling great.
Fuck yeah.
I almost think the animals of this episode made it even better.
Well, obviously. Jesus Christ. You're going to give me an alligator horse dog? Obviously, that's the greatest fucking aspect. It's not the Night Sisters. It's not Thrawn. It's not the Chimera. Not shit that I've been hoping to see live action for decades.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
The fucking horse alligator dog was great. And that whole interaction, like,
yes,
I have hated Sabine up until
God damn it.
That interaction, like her having conversations with that fucking creature.
Yeah, because we've had those conversations.
I have those every fucking day in my life. That's like, oh my God. Okay, here is the reality of the Star Wars show. Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's always all about the animals and the droids. Like, that's what those are always the best parts of Star Wars.
I was so stoked when I saw that like mount interaction because again, we had that long stay. I'm like, get back in, go. And then it crawls and I'm just like, yeah, like only animal lovers do that. That doesn't exist in any other medium and has never been on film before because there just aren't that many animal lovers out there apparently.
I guess because they're all
clearly. If that was in the script, Filoni loves fucking dogs.
I would find it very hard to believe that he's not an animal lover.
Yeah.
Like he just seems like he would be.
Yeah, he's probably got like 8 cats.
Yeah.
Or at least 3 dogs, like one of the
2. Why not both?
Or he's fucking infested with both. So we get Sabine being ejected. Of course, she's going to be murdered. I do like the sort of haughty experience where she's like, wait. You said she was going to see like Ezra and now you're saying you're going to kill her? Like what the fuck? I like that we're not sure what this dynamic is like. We know he was former Jedi, Skull, and he's now a fallen Jedi and he's doing something different. It's clearly not Sith from what we get from this episode. Yeah. You know, he's seen the repeat of fucking Sith or Jedi and Sith and Jedi and stuff. He's got to end it. So there's some force that he's tapping into here that she's not aware of. And she's been trained this whole time to not trust in the Jedi, but respect them, but not trust in the Sith. I don't know. Respect them? I don't know, because they seem very adjacent.
Something. Yeah, I don't know how that works.
Like, I like that when he was like, yeah, Ezra was taught to be a Bendu Jedi or whatever it was. And she was like, oh, like me. And he's like, no. Better. You're better. Like, I taught you to be more than a Jedi.
But yet she has a Jedi Padawan braid.
I saw that too. I was just like, oh, what is this? Dude?
Well, so it made me laugh. I was talking about it earlier with one of my buddies while we were at work, and he had just noticed it with this episode. I was like, dude, that's like the first thing I fucking noticed about her. And it's like, okay, cool. So are they Jedi then? Or does he just have some sort of fetish for side braids?
I mean, there's a whole rat tail thing that happened in the 90s. And I didn't understand any of it.
Let's pretend that didn't happen. And it's coming back.
There's like a dude that's holding out still with it. It's coming back.
Yeah, it's them and mullets, man. It shouldn't be a thing, but it's back.
Yeah. So I did really enjoy seeing Sabine riding off and interacting with that great mount. That was like the highlight with all the other wonderful things we were exposed to already. And then we got her fighting against like, I don't give a fuck. It seemed so. I liked that they were like hitting her and knocking her away and knocking her blaster out of her hand, but it was all a preface to see her pull out her lightsaber. And then we had earlier than that, we had that sort of interaction with the Night Sisters who were like, "Ooh, it reeks of Jedi," and they all look at her. And I was just like, "No, no."
Yeah, I don't get it. I mean, it made me laugh initially, but then it's like, no, she's not a fucking Jedi. She's a goddamn Mandalorian. Let her just be a Mandalorian.
Yeah. And even if she's a Mandalorian Jedi, she's still a Mandalorian.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like, Mandalorian always comes first.
They don't be like, I'm a Mandalorian and knit her. No, right? You're a fucking Mandalorian who happens to dabble in Jedi bullshit that you have no talent in, as proven throughout this entire series thus far.
Right.
I don't fucking understand why they keep forcing this goddamn narrative when clearly it would have been much more interesting if they're like, this stinks of Jedi, and they look at Sabine and then they'll look at Skull and they're like, you. Because he was a fucking Jedi.
Right.
And they don't know who the fuck he is. So it would have been perfect for him to be like, oh, no. Here's the thing. You know? Like, I don't know. It just.
What?
Yeah.
No.
It was a perfect. Like, just do like overtop look. Just
That's
something.
Our word. You can't use that.
Yeah. How dare you? I cancel you on my social media. No, like, just give something like that. Instead, you're just like, she's, even by the show's definition, not a Jedi. Like, she's trained by someone who walked away from the Jedi Order. She never finished her training because she's not a Jedi. She doesn't have any force sensitivity because she's not a Jedi. She waves around a lightsaber because literally anyone can do that. I don't understand how that makes her a Jedi.
Yeah.
It's like it's a weird, like herpes. You fuck around once and it's stuck with you for life.
I mean, I
Can't
believe
wash
it.
it off. You smell that shit. It's fucked up. All right, so that kind of bugged me, but watching her whip Rando's ass, I didn't feel like they were threatening enough. Like
No, it
the way
was like
Thrawn-
a fucking God, how do I put it? It almost reminded me of like, a West Side Story type of thing. The fight, it's like so choreographed and boring. Like,
yeah.
obviously you were gonna come out on top, but
When you move the lightsaber to a position and then a bullet hits it, you're like, oh, your fucking timing sucks. You're supposed to deflect them, not go to meet them.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh shit, we gotta have a bullet hit that because their lightsaber's over there. Just draw one in real quick. It makes no sense because they would have clearly missed her. I don't know. The whole thing was very, very weird to me. Maybe I'm being way too fucking critical, but that part of it was the worst.
Pretty lame fight.
But then after
which
that,
is shit because she's a fucking Mandalorian and we know she knows how to fight.
Yeah, like when she was like roping the dude and electrocuting his ass and shooting motherfuckers, I was down. It was cool. Yeah. And then of course she moves on. Connects with her mount again, and they like start sniffing around, and they find these cute little rock creatures. The crab. I don't know, crab humanoids or turtles or whatever. Like, I dug them. Mm-hmm. I mean, super weird they're wearing clothes, but I dug it.
I mean, they can't just walk around naked. They're humanoid and not hairy. They can't walk around naked.
They just have huge cocks.
I believe it.
That's why they have to wear clothes.
Yeah, it's why they look like they got a pot belly, because they wrap their dick, like they coil it up and stuff it in there.
Like a cinnamon bun.
Yeah. You don't want to lick that icing, man.
Gross. How dare you? It's cinnamon. No, stop! Saved your life, man. You don't know. It's briny. I've tried it. I saw Luke like drink some titty milk, and I was just like, "Hey, I'll just lick it." Bad choice. I dug the clothes. I thought it was adorable, like genuinely cute.
Yeah. That would be funny if they were cannibals, Chris.
It bothered me that the mount understood English common, and so did the creatures. Like, everyone understands English in this. And I just feel like you're in a different galaxy.
Yeah. It's like in the traditional galaxy, it makes sense. It's basic. Like, that means that is the root language.
Yeah, because they're connected.
Like, that's like the trade language that everybody uses. But yeah, different fucking galaxy. You're going to tell me that Ezra has been there long enough to teach everybody basic?
Yeah, I just can't. I mean, he was there years. To be fair,
but he's going to teach everybody on that fucking planet. Basic.
I just feel like, I don't know. I like the concept that there are different life forms with different sort of capacities. Mm-hmm. And I can't imagine a crab species being a linguistic species for some reason. I don't know. Maybe it's just my own biases.
Well, I mean, it's specifically our type of language. Right. Like it would make sense to be able to speak other kinds of languages. Like they have their own complex language and shit, but
they even like titled it in the subtitles. I can't remember what it is, but
it's like with the mount, it's understandable because I mean it's like any other fucking animal. They don't understand what you're saying. They get the gist. It's exactly. It's intent. It's shit like that. So whatever. I believe it with that, but the crab people. Unless Ezra taught him, which presumably he's been with them for the entirety of his stay there. It's just a little off.
Yeah. So they recognize the rebel symbol, and then they lead her to Ezra. And I thought this was probably the least exciting moment. If I was Ezra or if I was Sabine, it would have gone wildly differently. Like, I would have been like, oh, motherfucker! Like, charged up and grabbed him and spun him around. And I wouldn't wittily banter with them.
Yeah.
And then when he's like, hey, tell me what's going on. She's like, no, not right now. Let's Just allow me to enjoy having found you and not tell you that there's a massive fucking war about to happen and we need your goddamn help and I risked our entire galaxy to come save you because fucking Thrawn has a way back because I brought them here. Let's not talk about any of that. Let's just bask in my glory for a moment.
Yeah.
Can't I have that? No, you can't have that, you selfish prick. Like, what the fuck?
Right? Who knows? Maybe all of this shit that she's done just left, like, it set up the dominoes for General Hux to be an existence.
And
it's her fault. Yeah.
The sequel trilogy
I'm sorry,
is
but
her fault.
Like, I mean, sure, it's fun to go visit different places, but you know what my favorite part about visiting different places are? Yeah. Going home. Mm-hmm. And I would be like, hey, cool, I found you. Fuck, let's figure out the fuck how to get home because we don't have much time. Let's just stand here and go,
Yeah, the whole thing was weird. And then he was like, all right, let's pack up and go. You want to help pack these guys up? I'd be like, no. Why did I get on moving duty? I just found you, dude. We don't know each other that well. I'm not going to fucking... And what do? You like help them out, and they're like, "No, don't put it there. Put it there." Like, how the fuck am I supposed to know? All you're gonna do
is hinder them. Yeah,
they have their houses on their backs. What am I gonna do to help with that?
Start just fisting them or something. Stuff everything up there.
Fingers between the shell. They're like, "Ooh, what is this?" Yeah, it'd go. It'd end up very, very sticky. Don't lick it like the Cinnabon.
Yeah, definitely avoid the Cinnabon and the slime from the shell. It's all the same thing.
So weird. So gross. Yeah, I thought that was very underplayed. It could have gone wildly better. And but then, of course, we go back to the Night Sisters and Thrawn. And, like, I get why we, as readers... think Thrawn is a badass. Mm-hmm. There is no reason for the Night Sisters of fucking New Galaxy Dathomir to think that he's a badass. What the fuck has he done? Like, I don't understand why they're bowing down to him.
That's kind of what I'm hoping we find out in the future episodes. Because really, aside from I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't really remember any interactions between Thrawn and the Night Sisters.
None.
In Rebels. Okay, cool. So we're on the same page. But it's like, aside from his contact, I always forget her name. Elsbeth or whatever I think her name is.
Morgan Elsbeth. But that was through the Night Sister. That wasn't like him like yodeling.
Well, like, so she's his homie or whatever, but it's like outside of that, like, how would they know about him and like why? I'm just confused as to why
she's literally the only one in Galaxy. Mm-hmm. So she's the only one that would possibly know. So if we're like sending Ricola signals across galaxies, because that's the only way it could possibly happen.
Yeah, 100%.
Like you're doing that, then maybe, I guess, but even that's a stretch. But I don't know. If you're like Night Sisters, you are all powerful. You understand the Force in a completely different way, and we've already been like informed. Thrawn knows dick about the Force, not anything at all. So they're able to do things that he is completely unable to do. Why would he not be bowing down to them and manipulating them to get him the fuck off instead of what it seems to be presented as they're bowing down to him so that he can get them off?
Yeah.
But he's useless. They could just reach out to Morgan and be like, send a shit, bitch. Like,
right? Yeah, it's
great.
Simple as that. Like, they could just hop on that little gold transport, go back up to the giant stupid ring, and fuck off back to the other galaxy.
Yeah. It's kind of weird. The power dynamic bothered me a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But if I get past that...
final line. Ooh, god damn it.
What?
So good.
What?
The final line, like the end of the episode, where he's like, great mothers, I request your blah, blah, blah again. Like, that was...
right. Yeah. Yeah, I dig that. I mean, he is showing deference and respect. Mm-hmm. But I did feel like the power dynamic was in his favor.
Definitely.
which I thought was a little odd.
Which, yeah, still, it's like there's got to be a reason for that,
So-
other than he's just Grand Admiral Thrawn. Because what does that mean to them?
Yeah, nothing.
He's a Grand Admiral of a fallen empire from a different galaxy. Exactly.
Yeah,
I mean, that would
I
could understand cereal. That. Exactly, because then he has something to bring to the table. Cereal.
Even without milk, it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
I don't know, Chris, man. I'd follow some scary witches.
100% I would.
Like, I mean, I fucking married.
I would live with them. I do live with one. Like, I'd love that shit. Oh yeah, I know. So I don't care. Like, ultimately, we're getting fucking witches of Dathomir going, like, from like their homeland, which of course is a graveyard. Thank you. Yep. Amazing. In fucking Halloween season on our planet, going to the galaxy at large with. It has to be dead things in there, right?
Yeah, it has to be. Because like, what the fuck else are they tracking?
What do night witches fucking keep in coffins except for fucking dead things, like their ancestors? It's got to be. And we saw that in the Clone Wars, which is what just reinforces it in my mind. It did sort of leave it ambiguous in the episode, the way that Thrawn was talking about, we'll transport your cargo. Like, I mean, who knows? It could be... I don't know. It could be fucking resources. It could be, I don't know, maybe drapes. You can only get drapes on this side of the fucking universe.
Maybe. It's a special kind of silk, so I get it.
The thread count's amazing. Oh, yeah, it obscures vision, but you still get the breeze. And that's really important to me. So fucking, I don't know. Like, I dig it, though. This episode 1 got me thick and then got me thinking, are you going to get me off? Like, are you fucking with me right now? Is this like every high school girl experience with me?
That's honestly what I'm worried about, is that it's just, the little teasing over the pants. And then, next 2 episodes to finish out the season, they're just like, oh, sorry, I hear my mom calling. And that always sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just going to be me with a National Geographic. Just that's all I had, people. You make do.
Fucking bougie motherfucker. I got ads out of the newspaper. There weren't even pictures.
I was looking at the Sears catalog. Every once in a while, you got an areola, and that's all I needed. Yeah, I'm hoping this is a trend, because we only have a couple episodes left.
Yeah, we literally have 2.
So
that's it.
Are you going to end with a bang, or are you going to end with like a blah?
I'm pretty sure it's going to be a...
I hope not.
It's going to be like, when you've been going at it for fucking, a good, 20, 30 seconds. And you're just like, yeah. And then it happens, and it's just sort of like, mwah. And it's like, well, that happened. I'm going to say it.
Because who can sustain for 20 or 30 seconds?
Yeah, I mean, that's just...
Are we gods or are we men? I hope no one watches this. I am comforted by the fact that no one watches this.
Right.
Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, what was your favorite part of this episode?
The fucking episode, man. Like, it just, so much of it was great. Getting Thrawn live action, getting to see the fucking Chimera, getting Night Sisters live action, the fucking alligator monkey dog. Like, that was
amazing.
I loved it so much.
I want one so bad.
Yeah, absolutely. It looks like it'd be easy to train and probably great at cutting.
100%.
So,
oh yeah,
I'm
dude.
Not.
You don't have cold nights with that thing.
No,
it'd be amazing. Ugh, God, I love that fucking animal. It's not even real, and I love
it. Right, I would die for it.
I would kill other people's mothers for it. Yeah. So, favorite moment for me was the Night Sisters. 100%. Like, I can't. They got them right. And
yeah.
I know that other people are looking at it because maybe they're not in tune with either the Night Sisters or just witches in general and stuff. But I know they're going to look and like, ooh, that's gross. How is that cool? I don't like that at all. But fuck you, you're wrong. This is amazing shit.
100%.
This is goddamn great. If you don't like witches, you need to learn to like witches.
Yeah.
Because you owe yourself, really, when you think about it. I mean, they're amazing. The women are literally gods. They create life. We're just assist. We're like
disposable.
A fucking helping hand at best. They create life.
Yeah.
All right. So, what did you have a least favorite?
I mean, I fucking hate Ezra, but I feel like that's not even really worth mentioning.
Yeah. Well, it's worth it to me because I hated their interaction. I thought it was underplayed.
It very much was. I don't give a fuck. I mean, God, you and I, we go a month without seeing each other, and we're fucking running at each other, embracing. And it's a fucking month. These guys have had 5 goddamn years of separation and not even knowing if one another are alive.
Galaxies apart.
And that's how you interact? Fuck.
First time you've seen another human, ostensibly in that same time, and you're just going to be coy? Fuck you.
Yeah, no. Especially because they're not trying to bang each other, supposedly. So it's like, I could see it if they were both being shy. Like, ooh, I don't want to come off too strong, so I want to,
yeah.
But
gotta play this cool.
Yeah.
Because we're definitely gonna fuck because no one else is around. So it's either us or the crabs. And I've had the crabs and I got the crabs. So I gotta spread them.
Right.
Yeah. Do you think the Bendu is on the planet? The Bendu was a name that was for any non-Jedi Force-using entity, right? In the Rebels, because that Bendu trainer monstrosity, that was just a Bendu Jedi is like a type of Force user.
Oh fuck! I thought that was the name of Homeboy. Was
oh,
he
you
was
thought
a
that was
Bendu.
the name of the creature?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I really did think maybe I'm just being skewed by the fact that they said that Ezra was trained as a Bendu Jedi, and yes, he trained with that dude, the Bendu. But I just assumed that was a style. Like he was like a weird.
Right, Bendu is
the dude.
Okay, so yeah, the Bendu is a style. Like I'm looking it up right now. And Jedi Bendu were basically underneath his tutelage, but like I guess Bendu by himself is a creature, not a title.
So he's a creature and a style once passed on.
Yeah.
Like I am trained in Cameron masturbation.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the extent of what I'm getting. So
I mean, it's a great form.
It is great form. It's just 30 seconds. You're done. Your arms cramped a little bit. You might chafe, but you're fucking done.
Charlie horse. You got to drink some water, but it's all good. Yeah, my least favorite was definitely that interaction. I just wanted more from it, and it was just really odd when you really contextualize the time, the distance, everything, and you're just like, how are we meeting here each other, and like at all? Like, how is this happening? And you're just like, I'm gonna be snarky. Meh. Okay, I'm gonna go fuck a crab. Fuck you.
Right.
This is weird. Yeah, I don't think to answer your question, I don't think the Bendu, if it's an entity, is on this planet at all. I
wouldn't imagine.
Oh, okay. So this is what I wanted to get to that we sort of like chatted past. I want to talk about what it is that Skull thinks is here. Is this the dawn of the Jedi? Is this the what were they called? The I can't remember what they're called. Anyway, the people who brought the like galaxy spanning hyperspace nodes in pre Tales of the Jedi era, pre Old Republic era, and like trapped all of the Jedi and brought them to a single planet to teach them about what it means to be Jedi. Is that this people? Or is this like, what do you think this power
I don't know,
is?
because it was set up that this was the Night Sisters, that was their home planet, and they only got to Dathomir because of travel via the Purgils.
But the way Skull was talking, he was saying that maybe they're leaving because they're afraid of the power that's here, and he's trying to go find that power.
Hopefully, I would just imagine that it's like any other sort of force vortex planet, where it's more so, I guess, almost the entity of the planet versus something else, like another being there. Right. I really don't know.
Do you think maybe they're doing like a father, brother, sister thing, like Mortis type thing? Because they've brought up the idea of the Jedi and Sith fighting amongst each other and going back and forth for eons and stuff, and he wants to break that idea. Well, that means you have to bring some sort of balance to the Force in order to stop that cycle. Like, is this... I don't know. I want this to be... Again, this is the second little clue that I thought they were teasing Mangold's Dawn of the Jedi film, if they thought. Like, this would be the perfect fucking avenue for that, because it seems to me like they're alluding to the Force power that invaded their galaxy, which then spawned all of the Jedi and Sith from. Like, that's what I want it to be. That's really grand and that's really big. But if you're going to another galaxy, you kind of got to go big.
Right? It's boring if you don't.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's as anticlimactic as Ezra and Sabine's interaction.
Mm-hmm. So what are your hopes for the next episode?
Fuck, I don't even know where the hell to go, because like obviously they're going to go back to the other galaxy. Yeah. Like they have to. Yeah. It just wouldn't make sense if they didn't.
3 days to load up all the corpses.
Yeah. So it's, I don't know, man. You got it in my head. I'm fucking hoping for Death Troopers. I know it's not going to happen. Yeah, it's not going to happen, but God damn it, I want it to happen. Like, just because it would be the perfect thing. I mean, it's already a broken down crew. Mm-hmm. They're all tired. They want to go the fuck home. And then just maybe one of the Night Sister corpses just accidentally tips over, gets out, wakes everybody else up, and then, fucks them up.
Yeah. Oh,
and then it wouldn't make any sense, but then Han Solo and Chewbacca show up, and it becomes a wacky adventure.
I'm down. I don't care. I don't care at all.
I will definitely say this. That does not it doesn't need any logic. I don't give a fuck. Just throw them on there. I won't say shit.
Then it could be one 40-minute episode and tell the whole Death Trooper story and just be a one-off.
Yeah, easily.
Just leave people scratching their heads and us just going crazy. I'm down.
Everybody's just like us. Like the fucking nerds are just sitting in the fetal position because you just came so hard that you like all your
it won't stop.
Vitamins and shit are just gone. Like you're emaciated because of how much is coming out. Yeah. No, I want that to
the point where it's just dust. Just it's like, it hurts. Make it stop.
Make it stop. But I should probably watch this again.
Yeah. All right. Anything else in this episode?
On that note, I think we covered everything.
Yeah, I think you're right. Literally and
it'll be everywhere.
Oh, it's in my house. All right, well, thank you all so much for tuning in, both live and chat or after the fact. We'd invite you to subscribe to this channel and click the bell to get notified about our next video. We do have a store for all of your scruffy-looking Nerf Herder needs, so check it out. The link is in the description. And until the Infernal Brotherhood convenes again, my fellow scruffy-looking Herf Nerders,
yep,
go with it.
Cheers, Chris.
With you.
I should have known you were a coward.